everybody, and welcome to Friday afternoon, 1 PM. It is the 11th today. What's the date?
Yeah.
It's around the 11th of September, and it's the Greystone Carving Studio live demo feed thing. My name's Henry, as the regulars might know, and I'm going to show you the next stage in the in carving this very simple flower, which is a really good introduction to carving, really good introduction to carving techniques. And what we've done in the previous few lessons is we did setting out, and then we sunk these panels. I showed you, we did a demonstration of sinking these panels, and then we did this part of it, which was the kind of sorting out the levels. And you've got this kind of the beginnings of the movement within each of the petals, and the creating the stone for this central kind of center of the flower. What do you call the center of the flower? I don't know what call it. Anyway, the middle of the flower. Anyway, so what I've also done is drawn these kind of these S-shaped lines, and this also adds to the movement of the flower. And again, a reminder for those of you who haven't watched the last one, these two shapes. So you've got a shape that is a kind of just an arc, just a clear radius, and then you've got this S shape on this side. So you've got these two different, and they take the eye and kind of create a bit of movement. Now, what I'm going to do now is create this central frond, this central vein, this central vein down the petal, and at the same time scoop the flower out so that you get this kind of this movement as well. Any no queries? Okay. So I've got a load of bits of kit that actually you could do this with, a number of different bits of kit that you could do this with. So here we have a mallet-headed carbon steel, so that's fire sharp, we call it, bullnose. This is a tungsten tipped bullnose. This is actually a masonry chisel. This is what I use masonry, and this is another little tungsten tipped bullnose. Here is a fire sharp gouge. This is carbon steel, no tungsten, and this is also bullnosed as well. I've just done that, so it's slightly kind of wonky, but there's bullnose, and here's another gouge that is also bullnosed. I like to bullnose my gouges. You don't necessarily you don't have to, but it seems to work better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a play and see which of these. Oh, look, I've got some flat chisels as well for playing. And here's a very shallow gouge that I was using on the Buddha, and I brought that over. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a play and see which of these works best. And in fact, I'm going to start with the biggest one. So, and the way. So we're going to have to. Oh, get a pencil. I'll just show you something. So if you can see in the process of carving this, at some point we're going to have to sharpen these up. Do that right at the end, and also possibly undercut this a little bit, but we'll do that at the end. Let's start here. I'm going to start here. So, we'll use that one. There you go. So,
Which can you see in this
can you
light?
see that? Is that a bit better? But I don't think that's enough. That doesn't look right. I don't. I'm not keen. So what I want to do. So I'm gonna use this one. This is a wood chisel, but go around here. Down, up, down.
So we're leaving the central vein high.
Yeah, leaving the central vein high and then carving either side of it. So, but I'm also kind of looking for a kind of texture in the texture in the petal. So find a chisel that leaves a satisfactory kind of a pleasing texture. Okay. Let's do the next one. How about that? Is that?
That's better.
Yeah, like that. Let's do this one. So I'm actually, yeah. So I'm kind of stress this again, is that I'm moving my this doesn't change, this shape doesn't change that much, and I'm moving my hips really. There you go. I think by the end of it I'll probably get the hang of it. But there's two fronds, and you can see there's a little bit kind of there again. So I'm kind of around the outside. And the inside. There. And then strangely, as I go on, it's starting to look better. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing differently. Probably just a little bit more confident in making the little more definite. I think that's it. That's it. That's what it is. So I was a bit tentative in that first couple of verse one, and now this is a little bit more definite. Does that make sense? And then what I want to do is I will take. I'm using wood chisels. I mean, you could easily use you can easily use tungsten tip. There's a nice tungsten tipped bull nose that would do the job. And here's a tungsten tip white chisel. So I'll carry on. I'll do the last two, and then we'll see what we think. What we think of it. Anybody watching? Anybody? Any queries?
Got a couple of people watching.
So.
So Rue has asked, tell me how you motivate yourself at work, currently skiving watching you at mine.
When the fear level gets high enough, I suppose. Sometimes, hang on a moment, well, Rue, I don't know, love.
How do you motivate yourself?
Are you really asking your old man for advice? Well, I really motivate myself is I do something I really love. I really enjoy. When I'm finding work difficult, I've got a job that I'm really. Oh, I'm just told to get out of the way. Oh dear. Oh dear.
We visited Sagrada Familia.
Have you, no. What is that? Sagrada Familia.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what I'd like to show you. This is in the style of my grandfather. So this is a copy of a kitchen god. So it's a little guardian statue, like a guardian spirit statue, in the style of my grandfather, Norman Mommins, and I made this with the axes that. So they're all over there at the moment. But the axes for my student who can only use one arm. So I made a load of axes, little tiny carving axes, which are over by the grinder at the moment, ready to be resharpened. Whilst I was teaching the other day, I had a play with them, and I just thought I'll try and make something just with the axes, and I really enjoyed it. It was really nice, and it's really primitive. And there he is. I really like him. He's kind of like take him home, put him in the kitchen. Is that all right?
Yeah. Sagrada Familia is the Gaudi Cathedral in Barcelona.
Oh no, I'd love to go. I'd love to go. Yeah, I'm showing my ignorance not knowing the name of it, but yeah, I'd really love to go. It's on my bucket list to go, and I've seen lots of pictures of it, and I hear it's fabulous. Yeah. So, yeah, just as it goes. A little bit more definite. And I suspect if you were doing a long run of these, after a while, you would just, you wouldn't even think about it. It would all be just in the body. And I think that's where, funnily, that's where carving really comes alive, where you are no longer having to think about it. So, yeah, just you think about it for a while, and then if you can forget, once your body's just doing it, it's a rather lovely process. And I suppose that's what I enjoy, but up and then down. So what I did then was I came around the corner, tipped it over so that I didn't gouge out this high. So it's interesting, if Tam and I have just got here actually, got to the workshop, and I just picked up some tools and started working. A lot of the time I get to the workshop and I've been working all morning. We went and had a cup of tea in town together and did a bit of shopping, which was really nice. But so it's actually taken me, what, 10-15 minutes to get into using the tools actually. I don't know why, I don't know why. I'm not one of these people who can instantly switch it on, but I think there's a kind of difference between, now I'm tipping that over, there we go. I mean, I want to put that down. Oh yeah, so now I'm getting into it. There you go. So can you see that's much better? You've got that dropping in to there. Boom. There. That I'm pleased with. That's got some life in it. There we go. There we go. Drop that last drop. That last couple of, and the vein. I mean, I might. You see, this one and this one and this one. I might just kind of push that. You know, the line's not quite done. It's not quite. A little bit of tinkering, but basically, there you go. That's your. So if you can be a bit dynamic with like a bit daring or a bit kind of, you know, not too, you know, initially I was a bit tentative, and you can see that in the carving, whereas the much more kind of dynamic at the end, and there's much more life in the flower. I think we'll leave it there because I might just briefly tell you how I go about, because what I do. Look at a dummy. So with the I might just got that, and then. Yeah, that's lights out. So, you know, I could Yeah. And then just tidy up. But I mean, I would suggest that the less you mess with it, the fewer passes you make, the more alive the flower will be.
Janero's asked, is it an Asian style Buddha?
An Asian style Buddha. So I just, this is the style, I think this is an Indonesian style Buddha. And I copied this mainly but this is a wooden one I bought myself a few years ago. And what I've done is I've copied that, and then I decided at the last minute to change the hair. And I looked at a few photographs online, and I realised actually I really like this. This needs a bit of tinkering, but basically, you know, I've done. So you've got your in and out and your up and down. It's the same rules. If I put it back on here, I was working on the hair there. I mean, I've added some swirls, so it's not strictly, you know, I haven't followed the form strictly. The Japanese Buddhas have got a bloody mathematical, you know, they're very, very strict rules about what you should do. I want to, so I've been playing with this. Where are we? Yeah. And I'm just I'm using a little fishtail. And chasing these kind of grooves, chasing these. Take that, push that down to there. So, you know, when I get in here and when I'm doing this, when I made the decision to do this on a day, I get in here, put my Bluetooth ear defenders on, and listen to sci-fi and carved Buddhas, and it's and I don't need a huge amount of motivation to do that. I absolutely adore that. So there we go. Some degree of flexibility in this. Because I'm not, because I... So, I've got to the stage with this particular job that this is the really pleasant part of it. All the roughing out is quite stressful. But I'll be doing all this, and then I really enjoy this bit, you know, carving all the drapery, and the hair, and I really love doing that. And then it'll be a few hours of rubbing up, because it's alabaster. I've got to try and take out as much of the tool marks and any bruising. So what I mean by bruising is, because this is made up of crystalline formation, can you see that if the chisel's not absolutely sharp and the cut isn't absolutely clean, it leaves this white crushed matrix, and you've got to then take that off. Got to remove the crushed white matrix. Although I won't be with the hair. I'll be just, what I'll do is I'll go over it with a really sharp, fire sharp. In fact, you can get a nicer. But also with this, I mean, I'll be carving these out, so that'll be high. That'll be high, and that'll be low. So I'll cut a V cut. I'll cut a V cut out of there. So as if we've got. So if you have that coming down, that'll be there. And look like it's kind of folded over. Yeah, it'll just be folded, you know, like a little drape, and you can see that more. You can see that more with this bit here. So there's your. What's this? Yeah, that's a 5B. So with this one, that goes underneath there. There's your. So there's your high, there's your low, there's your high, there's your low. Yeah, and there you go, there you got me. That hangs down there. And it looks like it's a kind of stylized drapery. There, that goes to there. And this goes to here. Yeah, that comes round here. And then you've got this. It's a little bow here, can you see? And a little bow here will help it look like it's falling, and then of course that you've got that's low, yeah, and that's high. So you've got this kind of V cut, and then that drapery behind that. Again, that's low and that's high. So, okay. I think that's probably enough for me today. Thank you very much for listening. We've got tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow we've got a whole class. We've got space. Have we got space? We've got one space because we've got 5 people, haven't we?
Yeah.
Or is that?
Yeah.
Is me included? Is that 6?
Yeah.
So we haven't got any more space.
No. Okay.
So no, tomorrow's Saturday class is full. If we're playing by the rules, which we are, but there are spaces on the Saturday in October and the Saturday in November. And we've also got classes in the beginning of November, starting Monday morning and Monday evening. And I said something about Friday. There's no classes on a Friday. And there was one more thing. Is next week we won't be here. Next week I will bring the flower to finish off home, and I will show you the new meditation hall at home that hopefully we'll have done some work on in the meantime, or a little bit of a finish off. So we'll show you that, and that's explain about that. So thank you for watching, and any queries, questions, and also a big thanks to Ellen for putting all this up on YouTube, for being so brilliant, and thank you all very much for watching. Cheers. Bye.